Hello everyone and welcome back to some more opening day coverage right here on MLB Network, America's sports leader. We got some opening day games coming up. So let's just first update you on what you can expect. So obviously in just a moment we'll be starting today's game between the Indians and the Mariners, and we'll get into that one in just a few minutes. If you saw that highlight video, I'm going to do one of those every couple days for a game that really is deserving of it. Obviously, starting next week, when spring break's over for me, I'll be back. I'll have less of those, and definitely less of these broadcasts, but I'm taking advantage of the time I have. So, we will have this broadcast today. We will have highlights of the Dodgers-Giants opener tonight or tomorrow morning, and then we move on to the rest of the season. And it looks like we'll have Cubs-Reds over the weekend, and possibly Yankees-Rays. We could possibly also have the defending champs, the Orioles, live. So definitely the next live broadcast will be Cubs-Reds, probably on Saturday, starting this year's Saturday afternoon baseballs. We'll do a lot of those. But the Indians and the Mariners about to square off. The Mariners went 108 and 54 last season, but ended up getting knocked out in 7 games in the ALCS, mostly because their star, young hotshot Taylor Anthony, was banged up and missed the postseason. Jarrod Dyson, who had a career year, was also banged up. The Indians won the American League Central and ended up getting annihilated in 4 games by the Orioles in the ALDS, and the Orioles, guided by Mark Trumbo, Chris Davis, and a pitching attack of Aquilino Caleco and Kevin Gausman and Dylan Bundy, were able to win the pennant and then beat the Dodgers in 6 in the World Series. So let's get right into this game. The Mariners and the Indians. So we get this ready, and once again, this is the MLB Network Showcase. Let's make sure we do this correctly. It is a rainy day, so that should get interesting. As we get everything all set up, it looks like we're good. There's Taylor Anthony. Today we're going to catch a rising star. Let's see what Taylor can do. This is his 3rd season, and he'll be playing right field today on this Mariners team that's even more revamped from last season. Yonder Alonso has left for the Indians. He was on the team that won 108 games last year. Danny Valencia has also departed, but D. Gordon joins the attack. As MLB Network, proud to present Opening Day Baseball. Here we go. The Indians and the Mariners, the first ever MLB Network Showcase game right here on WUB Network this season. We'll probably have about 10 of these throughout the year, and this is a big one. And obviously, and these are going to be the only games where we use the MLB Network graphics package. We'll probably use the other 2 themes in other cases. So, Safeco Field, it's a rainy day outside like it is every day in Seattle, but it's a beautiful day inside, comfortable 72 degrees. The Mariners won 108 games last season in the 2017 season sim, and let's see if they can get back to that with Jarrod Dyson in his new position, second base. He stole 81 bases last season. Taylor Anthony had 30 homers, stole nearly 50 bases. But ended up getting hurt in August and ended up missing the postseason. And here come the Mariners out. Corey Kluber versus the King, Felix, today. You can see back there, there's the Kings crowd with the yellow t-shirts that always come to all of King Felix's starts. And there's manager Terry Francona, hoping to get the Indians towards the top of the American League. Francisco Lindor leads off. He's the shortstop. Then Michael Brantley, DH. Then it's Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, Tyler Naquin, Jason Kipnis, Rajai Davis, Lonnie Chisenhall, and catching prospect Francisco Mejia getting the nod to be the battery partner of Kluber today. Here's King Felix. Ignore those numbers. King Felix was the Cy Young last season in the 2017 season sim. I checked on the numbers. He went 17-5 with a 3.02 ERA. But obviously this is a different game, so this could be different. But anyway, Felix Hernandez is about to get ready to start throwing. And you look at the defense. There's Ichiro. He's now on the Mariners. Ichiro, D. Gordon, and Taylor Anthony left to right in the outfield. Seager, Cano, Gerard Dyson, and Ryan Healy the infield. Zunino is the catcher, and Nelly Cruz is your designated hitter. And Taylor Motter is going to check in. That's an interesting call. Gerard Dyson must have been scratched from this game. Gerard Dyson was originally going to start, so Taylor Motter has checked in for Dyson, so the Mariners could already have some injury problems, as Gerard Dyson has been scratched from the game. Hernandez's first pitch is going to miss ball 1. As you'll take a look down there, you got the updates of all the other scores if you want to see what's gone on in the world of MLB on opening day. So anyway, an interesting development here. Gerard Dyson, we did know he was sick a couple days ago, but he has been scratched from this game for whatever reason. So we'll have to get updated on that. The 1-0 was a change, then this is low, 2-0 the count. So Francisco Lindor, trying to get something going for the Indians, had a very strong 2017 campaign. Hernandez behind 2-0. This is one that's going to be fouled off to the left by by Lindor, and it's 2-1. The AL Central, the Indians' foes, the White Sox beat the Royals today 4-1. The Twins also took a victory, as did the Tigers, so it's been a strong day overall for the AL Central. As for the AL West, the Rangers were just getting started against the Astros. A's and Angels also getting started, as that pitch is going to miss low. And now it's 3-2 with Michael Brantley on deck. A full count in this first at-bat. Felix Hernandez was getting a lot of high pitch counts. He had 6 different games where he threw at least 115 pitches or more last season. Hernandez looks in for the sign from Zunino, the 3-2 pitch. That one's going to be bounced out, fouled. And actually, it was an 8-0 victory for the Rangers. Cole Hamels getting the victory. The loss for Justin Verlander. Josh Reddick was 2 for 4 in the game. Again, here's the 3-2. That one misses on the sinker outside. And the leadoff man's on. Also in the AL West, Dallas Griffin and Kendall Graveman both got knocked around in an A's-Angels matchup, but the A's ended up getting to that bullpen. Good question. I don't really know, Fisher. They though only make MLB The Show for Sony, so it's only on PlayStation, because they don't make the games for 2K anymore, so I don't really know what would be the best option. I know they make RBI baseball, but that's not as good. Anyway, let's look at the umpiring crew. Your crew chief, Freddie Ferguson, is behind the plate. Joe McDonald at first, Carl Dixon at second, and Eric Summersgill over at third base. So it's a 1-0 count. So anyway, the A's and Angels, 2 pitchers got knocked around, but when the bullpens came in, the Angels bullpen, including Kanan Middleton, just absolutely imploded, and it was 10-4. So 1-1 now after a leadoff walk. As we said, Gerard Dyson, who had 81 steals last year for the Mariners, scratched today, right before game time, as this one's going to be nudged up the middle. Hit, whoa, Motter handles it, but it's not going to be in time to get first base. Robinson Cano with a wild throw at shortstop, almost overthrew Motter. Motter was able to get a foot down and throw to first. Braves, by the way, lost to the Phillies. That one just wrapped up, 3-2 the final. Tommy Hunter, the winning pitcher, Aaron Blair, the loss. So Jose Ramirez comes up with a runner on first and 1 out. So the one man to watch since Dyson's not playing is Taylor Anthony, the big prospect last year. Had 31 home runs before he went down in August, contributing to why the Mariners in the 2017 season sim ended up losing in the ALCS to the Orioles, who went on to defeat the Dodgers in the World Series. First pitch is going to be low and in, 1-0 the count. Padres have just defeated the Brewers 3-0. Clayton Richard pitched 7 scoreless innings. There was a complete game shutout today. Shockingly, Cole Hamels shut out the Astros. So the only game left on the schedule is Dodgers-Giants, and we'll have highlights of that tonight. A lot of early starts today. Meanwhile, a 1-0 count to Jose Ramirez. That one is going to be missed a little in. That sinker, even though Felix is getting older, still gets 90 miles an hour on that sinker, and it's a 2-0 count. Once again, this is our MLB Network Showcase game. We'll have some highlights up tomorrow, and then next broadcast will be probably at some point like Saturday night, I'm thinking. And that will be the Cubs and the Reds. Stealing here is Brantley, swing and a miss, throw to second, and Michael Brantley's still got some speed. He can't play the outfield much anymore, but Michael, when he's healthy, he can still play, and there he can wheel, getting a huge jump. Nice swing and a miss, nice pitch from Hernandez, but Brantley was in pretty safely. Robinson Cano tried to apply the tag, but no chance. So now it's 2-1 to Ramirez with a runner on second and 1 out. Hernandez keeping his eyes peeled on Michael Brantley. 2-1. That one's going to be low. Sinker now at 91. 3-1 the count. Edwin Encarnacion now in his second season with the Indians. He stands on deck. Hernandez shakes off Zunino multiple times. Now they agree. Checks back on Brantley. 3-1. That one does drop in. Nice pitch there. That was like a slurve. And now it's a full count, second full count already for the King. Felix checks Brantley, looks back again. Very concerned with the runner, 3-2. Dribbled foul by Jose Ramirez, and he's going to fight on. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming here from Hernandez to Jose Ramirez with Encarnacion on deck. Two best teams in the American League regular season, but it was the third best who ended up winning the World Series last year, as that's a ball 4, and taking his base here is Ramirez, and early trouble for King Felix at home here on opening day. Now 2 on, 1 out, and that will bring up Edwin Encarnacion. Let's see what Edwin can do. He was hurt a lot last season, hoping that he could stay healthy and help to lead these Indians to an AL Central title. So a couple speedsters and Brantley and Ramirez on base for the power hitter Encarnacion, who takes a strike, 0-1. In his career, 6 for 28 with 6 strikeouts against Felix Hernandez. Hernandez looking back and forth. You can see how concerned he is with the runner. That one is low, ball 1. And the reason why, there's 2 reasons. First off, Hernandez has a very slow, lengthy delivery. And second of all, Mike Zunino does not have the most cannon of an arm that you can have on a catcher. Carlos Ruiz caught for the Mariners last season, but he has since retired. 1-1. That's a slurve way off the plate, 2-1. And this inning, really not going well for Felix. He's now up to 20 pitches here in the first. Felix checks back. 2-1 to Encarnacion. That one's in there. A high strike. Encarnacion looks a little surprised by the call from Freddie Ferguson. And now it's 2-2. Hernandez, the pitch. This one's lined into center, a base hit, and that's going to fall right in front of D. Gordon. Coming around third and scoring is Brantley. Into third safely is Ramirez. It's an RBI single from Edwin Encarnacion. Eddie wants a cracker, and it's 1-0 Indians. A hanging slider, and Encarnacion is able to lift this one. Not the place that ball was supposed to be. And Encarnacion drives in a run, and now it's 1-0 Indians. First pitch to Tyler Naquin is going to be low and in on a sinker, 1-0 the count. So not the way the Mariners, who won 108 games last season, wanted to start their season. Gerard Dyson scratched right before the game with an illness and replaced with Taylor Motter. And now Felix Hernandez struggling here in this first inning. About to throw his 25th pitch. And just 1 out recorded. She's thrown more balls than strikes. A walk, a fielder's choice, another walk, and an RBI single. Not the best of innings for Felix. 2-0 pitch. That one's high, ball 3. Tomorrow's starters, it'll be Carlos Carrasco taking the ball for the Indians in Game 2 of this series against James Paxton. Then Mike Leake and Trevor Bauer in Game 3. 3-0. That one's in there, strike one. You know, he was taken all the way there with the 3-0 count. You can see how messy of a day it is in Seattle out there, or an evening rather. And it's 3-1 the count now. Naquin smokes one down to third, throwing Seager one, Mater down to first, not in time. That'll bring in a run, but they do get the second out. Almost got the double play there. Seager with a nice throw. Honestly, I think if Jarrod Dyson was playing, this would have been a much smoother play. Seager, Mater has a little trouble handling it, guns it. That was close, but it kind of dragged the first baseman Healy off the bag just a smidge, and now it's 2-0 as Jason Kipnis will come up with a runner at first base. 27 pitches in this first inning alone for Felix Hernandez. Throw back to first. Healy's going to check, and making it back was Naquin. Hernandez pitching from the stretch, which he's done now the entire game as the Indians lead 2-0. First pitch, that one's in there on the outer part of the zone, a changeup, 0-1 the count. That's a good pitch from Felix, getting it to paint the outer part of the plate, because it's really hard to reach for a changeup like that. The Kings 0-1. This one is hit shallow left. Coming in, Ichiro back in Seattle, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. The veteran gets it there, but 2 runs just to hit, 1 left. The Indians lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Mater, Taylor Anthony, and Robbie Cano coming up for the Mariners. There's Scott Service, hoping for another very successful season as a manager. Taylor Mater leading off. It was supposed to be Jarrod Dyson, who's been scratched. Then Taylor Anthony, Robinson Cano. Nelson Cruz is your cleanup hitter. Kyle Seager, Ichiro, and then gets to the catcher spot, Zunino. And then down to 8 and 9 in the order, including D. Gordon after Ryan Healy. Here's Corey Kluber, a very strong 2017 campaign in the 2017 season sim. We'll see what he can do here as he takes his warm-up pitches. As Taylor Mater played a lot last season in a variety of positions, but has to take over today. As we look at the Indians' defense, Naquin, Davis, and Chisenhall the outfield. Ramirez, Lindor, Kipnis, and Encarnacion around the infield. Francisco Mejia, the young catcher, is the battery mate of Corey Kluber. Here's Taylor Mater. Not a great season last year, but playing now because Jarrod Dyson was injured. Well, pardon me, not injured, but he was scratched because he was sick and is not playing today as a swing and a miss on a sinker, 0-1 the count. Jarrod Dyson hit .312 last season with 21 homers and had 80 stolen bases, helping him finish second in the AL MVP voting in the 2017 season sim on MLB 2K13 behind Aaron Judge. 0-1, that's going to be low and away, 1-1 the count. So for those of you just joining us, because I see we've gotten a couple new viewers, the Indians lead it 2-0. Felix Hernandez threw about 30 pitches in the first inning, walking a couple, and the big hit was Edwin Encarnacion hitting an RBI single up the middle, as Mater's going to lift one, shallow left. That looked a lot further off the bat than it really is. That one's going to be caught there by Naquin, and that's the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Also, if you want to see the scores from around the league here on opening day, it's down on the bottom of the screen. We will have highlights tonight of the last opening day game, and that's big one between the Dodgers and Giants. Here's Taylor Anthony, number 1. 31 home runs last season in the season sim before going down August 28th. He's got a new hairdo. He's ready for a new season to start. That one's going to be low, ball 1. The big surprises today, I think, are that the Yankees, defending champion Orioles, and the Nationals all lost. You saw the highlights of that crazy Reds-Nationals game. Yankees lost to the Blue Jays after Chad Green served up a couple of late-inning home runs, one to Josh Donaldson, the other to Devin Travis. And then Minnesota able to jump on top of Kevin Gausman on opening day, as Kluber falling behind 3-0 on Anthony with Robinson Cano on deck. And of course, the one complete game shutout already this season, Cole Hamels, a 5-hit shutout of the Astros. Kluber 3-0 to Anthony. In there, strike one on the four-seamer at 94 miles an hour. Jonathan Lucroy had a good day for Oakland in his debut. He hit a grand slam in the 8th inning to really break that game open. Chris Sale dominated and had 11 strikeouts in 7 innings for the Red Sox. Hanley Ramirez hit 2 home runs. Anthony Rizzo did the same for the Cubs. 3-1, Anthony rips that one foul. You see all the yellow t-shirts? That's the King's Corner where all the King Felix worshippers come, but it hasn't been that great of a day. And then obviously last night, the Mets lost in 13 innings to the Cardinals, as that one's going to be inside ball 4, and Taylor Anthony takes his base. So both Kluber and Felix Hernandez actually having some trouble with pitch placement today. First pitch here to Robbie Cano is going to be in there, a nice sinker. Nice sinking action there, 0-1. Robbie Cano now playing shortstop, something he did at the very beginning of his career. They'll check on the speedy Anthony, who you can guarantee is going to try to go here. Another check on Anthony. That one almost goes over the head of Encarnacion. 0-1 coming here to Cano with Nelson Cruz on deck, the designated hitter. 0-1. That one just misses. That looked like it was in the strike zone, but Freddie Ferguson, the home plate umpire, says no, so it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Cano. Cano pops one. Right field. Moving back is Chisenhall. He should have a beat on it. He does. Anthony hustles back to first to throw to the cutoff man, so he'll be trapped at first base. Not in scoring position here. As you also see, the Diamondbacks currently lead the Rockies 2-0 after Paul Goldschmidt had a RBI single. Clayton Richard led the Padres past the Brewers 3-0. So here's Nelson Cruz, who had 38 homers last season. He's going to ground one to third. The easy play down to second. They get Anthony, and that will end the inning. So a pretty strong inning for Corey Kluber. He walks a man, but leaves one on base. We head to the second. Right now it's the Indians 2-0 here on the MLB Network Showcase, live on YouTube on WUB Network. Here's Rajai Davis back in the Indian uniform. He's pretty much bounced around the AL Central the last couple seasons, as Felix Hernandez gets ready to face the bottom part of the Indian order. First pitch is going to be fouled back, 0-1. Davis, then Mejia, and then I believe it's back to the top of the order. Actually, no, Davis, Chisenhall, and Mejia, so it's 7, 8, and 9. 0-1 is in there, strike 2 on the slurve. Hernandez had to fire off 29 pitches, only gave up 1 hit. It was the bloop single by Edwin Encarnacion, but a couple of walks and just some luck from the fielders allowed for the Indians to get a pair across the plate in the last inning. That one's going to miss. He thought he would get strike 3 there, and it's 1-2. Here's the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, 94 miles an hour. Rajai Davis didn't expect that cannon coming from Felix, and that's going to be his first strikeout and the first out of the top of the second. Here's Lonnie Chisenhall batting now, the 8th man in the Indian order. The King with the windup, the first pitch, is a nice sinker in there. It didn't really sink, but nevertheless he gets the call, 0-1 the count. King Felix winds up the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to bounce to the plate. 1-1 the count. King Felix is 1-1. This one is going to be dribbled up the middle, down to second. Sliding play by Motter, who throws to first, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. No Gerard Dyson, no problem, as Taylor Motter makes the smooth sliding play to get to that ball. I don't really think he needed to slide. He could have gotten over hustled and field that probably. Interesting move by Motter, but nevertheless the second out. And although it took Felix Hernandez 26 pitches to get 2 outs in the first, just needs 9 and he's already got 2. And here's Francisco Mejia. Roberto Perez is actually in AAA right now. Francisco Mejia really impressed in the spring, and he's actually getting most of the primary catching duty. Carlos Carrasco still wants to work with Yan Gomes, who has been his battery mate ever since he came up. So Yan Gomes still going to play a lot, and Yan Gomes whenever facing a lefty, because Mejia is much better from the left side than the right side when it comes to hitting. So he's pretty much the catcher against, as he's going to nail that one up the middle, a base hit in his first ever at bat. And it's now a 2-out hit and a 2-out base runner for the top of the order. So back to Mejia. He's pretty much going to be starting whenever there's a right-handed pitcher on the mound for the opposing team, unless Carlos Carrasco is pitching for the Indians. So here's Francisco Lindor. He walked his first time up. So Mejia, his first major league plate appearance, is a base hit. That first pitch is in there, strike 1. For those just tuning in, Gerard Dyson, who had an amazing year on the 2017 season sim, scratched from this game due to an illness. Taylor Motter has to play second base instead today. Felix Hernandez gave up a couple runs on just 1 hit in the top of the first and threw almost 30 pitches. Got the first 2 outs rather quickly here, but now he's having some issues. Only one other game in action right now. It's the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. The Diamondbacks now lead 5-0, and as you see behind King Felix, the bases are juiced. And soon after that, the Dodgers and Giants will get started, and we'll have highlights up from that game later today. Felix, that one's going to be nailed back by Lindor, and 1-2 the count. Felix Hernandez, the 1-2. This one nailed up the middle, maybe got Hernandez, I don't think so. It gets past Motter's glove and into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Indians with 2 outs. Now they got a runner in scoring position for Michael Brantley. Brantley reached on a fielder's choice his last time. And now 43 pitches fired off today by Felix Hernandez. He checks back on the runner. First pitch to Brantley is going to be in there, strike 1 on the upper inner part of the plate. He also stole a base and scored in the first inning. As we've said, James Paxton and Carlos Carrasco will be the pitching matchup game 2. Game 3, we'll see Trevor Bauer take the mound from the Indians against Mike Leake. And this one is going to be nailed to center. That's going to fall in front of D. Gordon. Coming around to score. Could be a play at the plate. It's going to be cut off. And in there safely is Francisco Mejia. A 2-out rally by the Indians. And they now lead it 3-0. Back-to-back-to-back hits off last year's AL Cy Young in the 2017 season sim. Michael Brantley now getting into the fun. And now it's 3-0. And honestly, scary to think the Mariners might have to start thinking about getting some guys warmed in their bullpen. So just not a good day. Gerard Dyson scratched, and just not a good day for Felix. They will get the out there on a sharp 1 to third, and Motter steps in the bag. So 3 hits, 2 left. Indians scratch across another run. It's 3-0 Cleveland here on WUB Network. Here's Kyle Seager now. I just saw a question. I don't really want to do that like a football league per se, because that's very time consuming. And when the football season is, I'm very busy with other stuff, so the answer to that is no. I do my basketball one, and I put up the highlights, and then I'll do this with the baseball. So the first pitch is going to be high and in, 1-0 the count. Corey Kluber had a pretty solid, uneventful first inning, just a walk, as he faces Ichiro after Kyle Seager. Kyle's brother Corey is slowly but surely starting to pass him by in terms of how good he is, as Seager rakes one foul, rocketing into the stands. Hopefully everybody's alright, because that got there fast. 1-1 the count now. 1-1 on the way. That one's going to be low and in. 2-1 the count on the curveball. Kluber winds up. Mejia gets ready. 2-1. The sinker's going to miss a little low. 3-1 the count. Ichiro's on deck, and then it'll be the catcher Mike Zunino. 5, 6, and 7 in the Indian order. Pardon me, the Mariner order. 3-1. That one's in there. Cutter gets right down the center of the plate. 3-2 the count. Indians looking to get the win, and if they do, it would mean 4 of the 5 AL Central teams would have won on opening day. The only one who lost is the Royals, and that's because they lost to an AL Central team, the White Sox. Twins beat the defending World Series champs as the 3-2 check swing, ball 4. Seager's going to take his base. Terry Francona isn't too pleased on the call. Tigers destroyed the Pirates today, 7-2. As Kluber looks in, first pitch to Ichiro, who got a decent hand, grounds to first, and Encarnacion throws to Lindor. 1 down to first, got him. That was close, but Ichiro was out, and it's a double play. This was a great defensive play, and Ichiro can run. Gonna turn 45 this season no matter, and this was a close play, but I guess he's out. It was close, but Francona's not going to challenge. So now 2 outs. Here's Mike Zunino. First pitch is going to be inside on a curveball. 1-0 the count. 1-0 on the way from Kluber. That one's going to be in there. Sinker. 1-1 the count. Kluber agrees with whatever the sign was from Mejia. 1-1. Throws it, and it's a pass ball back to the screen. 2-1. 2-1 on the way. This one driven up there. It's going to be an easy play for Mejia, who makes the catch, and a very fast 10-pitch inning for Kluber. Just 24 pitches through 2 innings, 2 hitless innings. We head to the third. The best in the AL last year struggling. They trail the Indians 3-0. We'll be back on WUB. MLB Network Showcase right here on WUB Network. This opening day edition, the Indians and the Mariners squaring off. Edwin Encarnacion's going to bat. He drove in the first run of the game for Cleveland with an RBI single back in the first inning. 46 pitches through 2 for Felix. First pitch is going to miss a little outside, a changeup. 1-0 the count. Between this and Dyson getting scratched, not a good way to start the season for the Mariners, who want to defend their ALOS title in a very tough division. Because you've got the Astros, who are always strong. You've got the Angels with Ohtani now, plus Trout and Pujols, who could be good. And you got the Rangers, who annihilated the Astros today. For 2-0 is going to be a slider in there, strike 1, and pitch number 50 about to come up here for King Felix. But anyway, this is a tough division. The Mariners have to have a lot go right if they want to have a chance to defend their title, as the sinker is in their strike 2. Astros were good last year, and remember, they only missed the postseason by 1 game. It came down to that final day of the season between the Tigers, Astros, and Red Sox for the second wild card, but Detroit ended up getting it. That one's going to go inside, 3-2. We do expect the Tigers to probably take a step back because they got rid of even more older players, including Ian Kinsler, who's now an Angel. Indians, probably their biggest challenge will be the Twins. The Royals still could be good, though. 3-2 is driven deep left field, curling foul, and that's going to be out of play as Ichiro takes a look. That was close, actually, to a home run the way that one carried. Kings 3-2. Dribble down to short. Easy play for Robbie Cano. Throws to first. Nonchalantly gets him by a step. And that's going to be the first out here of inning number 3. Having no Dyson-Cano combo is definitely difficult. And definitely unexpected today. And now Taylor Motter having to play second. First pitch from Felix is going to be a little in on Tyler Naquin. 1-0 the count. Naquin drew a walk his last time up. 1-0 is going to be inside, and he's already halfway to his second walk of the game early on. I wonder when the Mariners will start to warm up some arms. As the 2-0 is going to be in there, strike 1, and now it's 2-1. Mariners have a good bullpen, all the way up to Edwin Diaz. So definitely, they will have an opportunity. 2-1 is a swing and a miss on a nasty slider. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2 from the King to Naquin. This one's going to be popped up right by home plate, trying to avoid that bat on the ground, and Zunino is going to make the play, and that's the second out. So Felix Hernandez is now retired a few in a row, and Jason Kipnis will bat. He flew out in the first. First pitch to Kipnis is going to be strike one. Kipnis has been strong in the last few years, and we thought he'd go somewhere else, but he actually stayed with Cleveland to the surprise of several, even though he got offers from several teams. 0-1 is going to be dribbled back to the screen, and now it's 0-2 as the King has now thrown 60 pitches. Felix, wind up, the 0-2. Swings at a pitch in the dirt, somehow makes contact with it to avoid looking really bad, and it's 0-2. Rajai Davis, the 7-hitter, is on deck. 0-2. That one's going to be dribbled foul, and I think made a little contact with Zunino's shin as he winced a little, and it's 0-2. Zunino with the sign. Hernandez looks in. The windup, the 0-2. That one's going to be a sinker a little off the plate, 1-2 the count. King Felix wants to get something going. Mariners will have the heart of their order coming soon. But can anybody stop Kluber? 1-2 is going to be drilled down the left field line, but foul. Just couldn't time that off-speed pitch. Hernandez can't get any easy outs today. 1-2 is going to be shot down to third. Seager throws and got him, and that's going to end the inning. So actually a 1-2-3 inning for Felix Hernandez, but 65 pitches. Mariners will try to get to work offensively in the bottom of the third, trailing 3-0. Here's Ryan Healy, the former Oakland Athletic, with all their prospects. He was kind of shuffled out, and he finds his home here in Seattle as the everyday first baseman, at least for the time being. As Healy, D. Gordon, and then Taylor Motter, 8, 9, and 1 in the Mariner order. Kluber has only thrown 24 pitches through 2, and has only given up 1 walk. A high call strike there, 0-1 the count. Remember, you can take a look on the bottom and see how all the other scores have been today. All around the league, the Yankees lost, the Nats lost, the Cubs won in comeback fashion. The Mets and Cards went 13 innings. It was a crazy opening day. And still we'll have highlights of what happens in the Kershaw-Bumgarner showdown between the Dodgers and Giants. 1-1. That one's going to be driven. Second base. Easy play for Kipnis, who throws to first and got him. And that's going to be the first out as Ryan Healy is retired. So here comes D. Gordon, now a center fielder. So, the Mariners, this is like a reverse of Jarrod Dyson. Jarrod Dyson was an outfielder and became a second baseman last year with the Mariners. Now, D. Gordon is second baseman. No space for him because of Dyson, so he's playing center field. This one's going to be dribbled off of Kluber, and that's going to be a single. And D. Gordon's so fast, that was a weird way to get your first hit of the season. You can expect something like that from D. Gordon with his speed. But it ricochets off Kluber, then goes back and somehow doesn't roll into foul territory. That was weird looking. And Mejia couldn't really judge it. So now, obviously, going to try for a steal. And, of course, the original idea was that Dyson was going to lead off, so that you would have Gordon and Dyson back-to-back, and you could really get some speed going on the bases in, like, the third inning. But it's Taylor Motter instead. First pitch is going to be high, but it goes off the glove of Mejia in his first ever game, and that's going to go to second base. There goes D. Gordon on the passed ball. That should have been Mejia. This, like we said, this is his MLB debut today. Having that incredible spring and ended up winning out the catching job. Yan Gomes is also on the rosters. They'll throw back to second and check on D. Gordon, but he gets back safely. 1-0 now. Kluber checks. 1-0 pitch. Motter dribbles one hard, foul, and it's 1-1. 1-1 on the way. That one's going to miss low. 2-1 on the cutter. 2-1 to Motter with Taylor Anthony on deck. That's strike going down to third, and D. Gordon's going to be there safely with the stolen base. No Gerard Dyson, no problem. You've got another speedster now on the Mariners. So now you got Gordon, Anthony, and Dyson who can all steal bases easily as D. Gordon gets his first steal of the year. And now there's a runner on third with one out. Sack fly would definitely want to be done here. 2-2. That one gets away now. Another bad throw by Kluber. Actually, I think that's a mistake on Mejia's part. The run comes home and the Mariners are on the board. It's going to be a wild pitch this time by Kluber. Let's just watch this again. Yeah, that was a bad pitch, and Mejia tried to block it, but it went right through his legs. D. Gordon is in. So a pass ball. So D. Gordon gets from first to home in one Taylor Motter plate appearance without him making contact with the ball. It's the 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3-2 away. But he was at first base, went to second on a pass ball, stole third base, and then came home on a wild pitch. That's what speed does for you. Taylor Anthony walked his first time. Of course, probably one of the biggest stars on this Mariners team. What a season last year before he got hurt headed to the playoffs, which ultimately caused them to lose Game 7. I mean, Edwin Diaz serving up runs on a platter in the 10th inning probably was a reason why as well. First pitch is low, ball 1. Kluber the windup, the 1-0 pitch. And I think we did upload a video with highlights of that crazy Game 7 between the Mariners and the Orioles in the ALCS that ended up sending the Orioles to the World Series and coming in down 3-2 and winning back-to-back games here at Safeco Field against a team who won 108 games was just insane. 2-0, Anthony nails up the middle, but it's a nice play by Lindor, who throws to first and got him, and that will retire the side. So a run on one hit and nobody left. The Mariners get one back. It's 3-1 as we head to the fourth here at Safeco Field. Rajai Davis is going to bat here against Felix Hernandez. We wonder how much longer Felix honestly is going to go. He's thrown 65 pitches through 3 and it hasn't necessarily been going his way. First pitch is going to be a sinker that misses. 1-0. Kluber's been very good so far, and has only given up one hit. It was D. Gordon, but a pass ball, a stolen base, and a wild pitch, and just like that, Gordon got from first to home without having to have another ball put in play. 1-0 to Davis. Davis nails one right to third, and Seager grabs it. Actually, he just caught that on a line, and that's the first out of this top of the fourth inning. Lonnie Chisenhall is going to bat here. Hernandez looks in on Chisenhall. First pitch. That one's going to miss low on a changeup. 1-0 the count. So Hernandez gets ready. 70 pitches coming soon. Chisenhall, one of the big things that you might have heard what Vasgersian just said. He is a free agent at the end of the season, so you know how guys play in their contract years. He could be in line to have a huge season. So that one's going to be fouled back, 2-1. We see down there the Blue Jays-Yankees statistics. That game was crazy. Although Luis Severino pitched a very strong game. 2-1 is going to be in there, strike 2. Devin Travis hit the go-ahead home run. Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge each had a hit in the game, but neither he nor Judge nor Gary Sanchez were able to leave the ballpark with the ball. 2-2, that one's going to miss low and in, and it's a full count with Francisco Mejia, who had some issues behind the plate last time, but did have a hit back in the second inning on deck. For those of you just joining us, Gerard Dyson, the big star for the Mariners last year, scratched due to an illness. Taylor Motter playing second base instead today. King Felix got knocked around in the first couple innings, surrendering 2 in the first and another one in the second. The Mariners got back a little, though, on Corey Kluber after he gave up a single to D. Gordon, and D. Gordon, with a couple stolen bases, was able to get around and score. This is pitch number 75 on the day coming here from Hernandez. 3-2. Chisenhall gets into one. Deep right field. Going back is Anthony to the wall, reaches up, and that one is gone. Lonnie Chisenhall, like we said, a contract year. Taylor Anthony gave it all he could, but could not keep that one in the ballpark. And it's 4-1 Indians as Lonnie Chisenhall goes deep, and Terry Francona loves it. Lonnie Chisenhall is going to give a fist bump to Francisco Mejia. Now Francisco would love to hit a home run of his own. Let's watch this ball. Hernandez, fastball right down the middle, and he was able to just tee off on this. And that one is gone. So now King Felix is going to try to recover. We'll see if anybody's warming up in the bullpen. It'll flash on the screen. Mejia takes the first pitch low and off the plate, 1-0. Francisco Mejia singled up the middle in his second, his first ever MLB plate appearance, and he was able to get a hit. Hernandez winds up once again, the 1-0 to Mejia. That one's going to be in there, strike one on the nice sinker. 1-1 as Fernandez gets near 80 pitches. The reigning AL Cy Young in last year's season, Sim, is really, really struggling. 1-1 pitch. That one's going to miss low on a slurve, 2-1 the count. The Diamondbacks now lead the Rockies 8-0 the seventh. Carlos Gonzalez is 1 for 3 for the Rockies as the 2-1 is driven by Mejia and right field, and that's going to be an easy catch for Anthony, getting his first action. Back-to-back plays. One was no chance, the second one, yes. And now 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And that'll bring up Francisco Lindor making his third plate appearance. He's had a good day so far. He singled, walked, and scored a run. Actually, no, never mind. He didn't score a run, silly me. Anyway, 80th pitch of the day from King Felix. In there, strike one, 0-1 the count. Everyone was wondering, too, did King Felix use up all he had left last season in the Cy Young year? Because we knew he was starting to pass his prime, but he had that amazing season last year to 120 pitches, 7 complete games, as that slurve is out of control. People were wondering, was this year going to be a big step back? At least today so far. This does not look like the man who went 17-5 last season. The King with the wind-up, the 1-1 on the way, and that's going to be a slurve that misses down and out, 2-1 the count. On deck if it gets there is Michael Brantley, who's had a big day so far, as Lindor drives one to left. Ichiro. You hear some cheers as Ichiro gets the ball, and that's going to retire the side. So King Felix is able to work in an inning, but he does give up a home run to Lonnie Chisenhall. We head to the bottom of the fourth. The Mariners still in trouble, down 4-1 here on WUB Network's edition of the MLB Network Showcase game. There's the MLB Network commentators, but I'm Eddie Kalecki joining you today here in the bottom of the fourth inning between the two best teams last year in the American League during the regular season before the Orioles stole it in the playoffs and took it all. The Mariners and the Indians matching up in this series. Corey Kluber has just surrendered a single hit so far in this game. Bad luck with a pass ball and a wild pitch got the run around as Cano lines one foul. Hernandez had thrown 66 over his first 3. Kluber was able to finish that first 3 innings in just 37 pitches as the 0-1 is a sinker that misses up and out, 1-1 the count. 1-1 from Kluber to Cano. Cano takes that one low. Robinson Cano was out for about 6 weeks at one point last season, and that's when Taylor Motter was playing every day. But Cano still was able to register 25 home runs. The home run numbers were just ridiculous on this Mariners team last year. 2-1 is going to be up in 3-1. Carlos Ruiz had 22 home runs, but he has since retired. Gerard Dyson hit 23. Then 25 from Cano, and then 31 from Anthony and 39 from Nelson Cruz. 3-1. Cano drives one. Deep left field, back near the warning track, but Naquin's got a beat on it. Hey, Exploder, how you doing? And that's going to be the first out. So I see you just joined. Just to give you a little update, Gerard Dyson, who was the star of this Mariners team in the 2017 season sim, he was scratched due to an illness of Taylor Motter playing second base instead of him. Felix Hernandez, after winning the Cy Young in the 2017 season sim, got knocked around all day long. Just recently gave up a home run to Lonnie Chisenhall. Corey Kluber has just surrendered one hit, and a run did score. And the Indians leading the Mariners 4-1. The Mariners went 108-54 last season. Indians went a very solid 97-65. Indians won their division by 8 games. The Mariners were in control of theirs by almost 20 and clinched in early September. It's an even 1-1 count as Kluber winds up. Mejia the sign. Fools Cruz with that curveball. Nelson Cruz usually feasts on curveballs, but after a couple of fastballs from Kluber, I don't know, he was just dead to the fact that he could throw a curveball, and now he fools him with a slider right between those two velocities, and Kluber is able to strike out Nelson Cruz. Let's take a look at the strikeout amounts. Just taking a quick look here at how many Ks each of these pitchers have. And look at the stat line for Kluber. 3 2/3, a hit, a run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Not a ton of strikeouts. On the other side, Felix Hernandez, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and he's only struck out 1 batter all day. He was only able to strike out Rajai Davis once, as there's Nelson Cruz swinging and missing. And once again, around the league, it's been an interesting day. The Yankees lost to the Blue Jays as the Blue Jays came back in the 8th and hit a couple home runs off Chad Green. As the first pitch here to Kyle Seager is going to be up and in, ball 1. The Cubs came back from down 2-0 in the 6th inning. Anthony Rizzo hit a pair of home runs, one in the 6th, one in the 8th, to lift the Cubs to a 4-2 victory. If you check the channel, you can see the wild finish between the Reds and the Nationals that involved a 2-out 9th inning home run and then a suicide squeeze to win a baseball game. As it's a 1-1 count, Kluber is in a groove right now. And the Mets game last night went 13 innings, with the Mets losing 8-5 to the Cardinals after Carson Kelly won the game for the Cards in the 13th inning. That one's going to be fouled off. Nick Williams hit a go-ahead home run in the top of the 9th for the Phillies to lift them over the Braves, who had a great performance from Brandon McCarthy 3-2. As Seager drives the 1-2 pitch to left field, back goes Naquin. He makes the play. Another solid inning from Kluber. He's only thrown 50 pitches through 4. We head to the 5th. The Indians lead it 4-1. Heart of the order coming up for Cleveland is Brantley, Jose Ramirez, and Encarnacion. Only other game going on right now, it's the 7th inning, and it's an 8-0 lead for the Diamondbacks over the Rockies. Zach Greinke's been dominant today. John Gray got killed out there. Alex Avila hit a home run. As Brantley is going to lift the first pitch from Felix, who's still in the game, to left center. Ichiro hustles over and makes the catch, and that's the first out here in the top of the 5th. This will send Jose Ramirez up. Ramirez is 0 for 1 with a walk. As we are in the top of the 5th inning from Safeco Field here on opening day. The King lines up, first pitch. That one's a nice fastball at 92. Grazing the strike zone, 0-1 the count. Hernandez with the windup, the 0-1 pitch. That one's another nice 1-2 the count. Still no action we know of in the Mariner bullpen, as maybe they can get Hernandez to finish 5. He's at 86 pitches, so it's definitely within his distance, as he had games where he went as many as 132 pitches last season. 7 complete games leading the league. Next closest was 4 from John Lester and Dallas Keuchel, as that put-away pitch misses a changeup, 1-2 the count. Trying to get a little fine. I think he should just blow away Ramirez here and try it. 1-2. He's going to throw one, and it's going to be caught by Seager, a liner, and that's going to be the second out. Kyle Seager's gotten a lot of action both on the ground and in the air on third base today. As here's Edwin Encarnacion, who had an RBI single in the first, 1 for 2 here on opening day. The King nearing 90 pitches as Corey Kluber, in just 4 innings, has only thrown 50. First pitch is a 4-seamer. You see the velocity dropping. It was as high as 95 earlier in the game. It's dropped to now 91 miles an hour is the highest this inning. 0-1. Encarnacion drives one to left center. Ichiro going back. Going back also is Gordon, and it's gone. Edwin Encarnacion lets the parrot ride in his right arm as he takes the home run trot, hits first of the year, and the Indians now lead it 5-1. I thought Gordon or Ichiro were going to get it. Ichiro let Gordon try to take the home run away, but he couldn't. It was a little too strong. Second home run of the game off Felix Hernandez. It was Chisenhall, and now Edwin Encarnacion. See what kind of pitch this was. That was a fastball with not much on it. It got close. You see the leap by Gordon, but it goes right behind the Mariner bullpen as there is action now in the Mariner pen. It's Juan Nicasio. Last season he pitched out of the bullpen for the Pirates. First pitch to Naquin is going to be fouled off. 0-1 the count. Naquin 0 for 2 with a pop out, a ground out, and an RBI. He drove in the second run of the game back in the first inning. I can tell you right now this game's not going to be nearly as close as last night's nail-biter with the back and forth, as David Phelps also warms for the Mariners. It's not going to be as close as last night's nail-biter with Conforto and Marcell Ozuna, and then actually having to sim some of the game, and then watching the very end with the Cardinals finishing it out. The 1-1 to Nathan's going to be fouled back, 1-2 the count. But obviously, since it's earlier in the day, we don't have to worry about it going too late. 93 pitches now for Felix, just trying to get through 5. 1-2 is going to be fouled off down the third base side, 1-2 the count. Felix is 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him with the sinker. So Felix Hernandez with the nice strikeout, but he's given up runs in 4 out of his 5 innings. Here, Edwin Encarnacion sends one to left center. Ichiro and D. Gordon just couldn't get it. It's the MLB Network Showcase. The Indians leading the Mariners 5-1 halfway through. Ichiro Suzuki trying to get his first hit in his second stint with the Mariners, the team where he recorded his AL MVP. Wanted to come to this good team that looked like a ready-made situation for possibly a World Series, because the Marlins certainly weren't going to be anywhere near there, nor were willing to spend any extra money to keep him. So Ichiro fouls one off the bottom of the bat, 0-1 the count. Kluber's been dominant, just the one hit by D. Gordon, but then a pass ball, a stolen base, and a wild pitch allowed him to get all the way around. Ichiro's fooled on the curveball 0-2. Ichiro nearly was able to beat out a play at first bases last time, but was unsuccessful. Kluber readies himself. Here's the 0-2 to Ichiro Suzuki. That one's going to just miss a little low and off the plate, 1-2 on the slider. It's now the 8th inning between the Diamondbacks and Rockies, bottom of the 8th. Diamondbacks leading 8-0 as Zach Greinke has absolutely dominated on opening day. It's going to be Robbie Ray against Tyler Anderson in that series tomorrow. 1-2 to Ichiro. Ichiro drives one, center field, coming in on the run, but Rajai Davis is going to get there, and that's going to be the first out here of the last of the 5th. Here's Mike Zunino, 0 for 1 with a pop-out in the second. Kluber readies himself. Mejia the sign. The first pitch is going to be dribbled foul on a slider, 0-1. Kluber throwing a lot of sliders today, but also a lot of the fastball. We're not seeing a lot of the curve or the changeup from Kluber. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to bounce off the plate, a slider, 1-1 the count. Kluber gets ready. Here comes the 1-1. This one's going to be driven third base side. That's going to be fouled off, and now it's 1-2. Kluber's only got 2 strikeouts today, compared to, thinking how well he's dominated this game, you'd think he'd have more. 1-2 to Zunino. That one's going to be a curve that misses badly, 2-2 the count. Still a very low pitch count for him compared to Felix Hernandez, who's at nearly 90 through 5. This will only be pitch number 59, and it's a strikeout. Gets away from Mejia, but he's going to have a chance to throw to first and get Zunino easily, and that's the second out. Third strikeout of the day for Kluber, and that's the second out here at the bottom of the 5th, bringing up Ryan Healy. Healy, the former Oakland Athletic. First pitch from Kluber is going to be a nice slider right down the middle. 0-1 the count. Kluber, 26 balls, 34 strikes, 60 total pitches. What a game from him. 0-1 from Kluber. Healy is going to dribble that one foul down the right side, 0-2. Some of the notable hitting performances today I do want to get to. After this, actually, we'll wait at least on this pitch. The windup, the 0-2 pitch to Healy. Swing and a miss, he got him. He is going to have to throw to first. He does. Back-to-back strikeouts by Kluber, who still has just surrendered a single hit through 5. Mariners can't get anything going. We head to the 6th. It's 5-1 Cleveland on top. An interesting game here. Juan Nicasio pitched for the Pirates last year out of the bullpen. One of the many veterans they had, including even Chad Billingsley, who still made one last appearance in baseball at 42 years old in that Pirate bullpen. Pretty much it was youngsters relieved by really old guys, as Nicasio, once a starter with the White Sox and the A's, pitching out of the bullpen here with the Mariners, and his first batter to face is Jason Kipnis. Felix went 5 innings, surrendering 5 hits and 5 earned runs. Pardon me, 6 hits and 5 earned runs. 0-1 on the way to Kipnis. Kipnis jammed on the hands, and he's going to foul it off. 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and just 2 strikeouts for King Felix. And he gave up runs in 4 different innings, 2 home runs, to Chisenhall in the 4th and Encarnacion in the 5th. 0-2 to Kipnis is going to miss badly. Now, like I was going to say, the offensive performances here in the season openers. Marcelo Zuna went 4 for 6 with the go-ahead home run for the the Cardinals. Mets got 3 for 5 and a home run from Michael Conforto. 1-2 Kipnis blown away by 96 from Nicasio, and that's the first out of this top of the 6th inning. On the other side, some other notables to talk about. Adrian Beltre today for the Rangers went 4 for 4. He had a home run and 3 singles and drove in 4. 4 RBI for Anthony Rizzo on 2 home runs. Hanley Ramirez also with a pair of home runs as the first pitch is low, ball 1. Alex Avila has driven in 4 runs for the Diamondbacks on a couple of hits. And that's pretty much the big offensive performances. And Encarnacion in this one has also been strong. 1-0 is in there, strike 1. Encarnacion has an RBI single and a solo homer. 5-1 now. The Indians lead the Mariners with 1 out in the top of the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Passed ball by Nicasio. 2-1 now. 2-1 from Nicasio. The pitch. Driven, left center, that is going to, no, Ichiro gets over there and makes the catch, and that's going to be the second out. So Nicasio's retired his first 2 batters. Indians have only had 1 inning where they didn't get on the board. They scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, shut out in the 3rd. Then this man hit a homer in the 4th and Encarnacion in the 5th. Like we said, Lonnie in his contract here, he wants to really prove himself. First pitch from Nicasio. Chisenhall trying to hit home run number 2. A little strong there. Fouled off 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Nicasio. Chisenhall drives one center, left center. D. Gordon's got a beat on it. Makes the play, and Juan Nicasio with a 10-pitch 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. Nice job by him. It'll be Gordon, Motter, and Anthony coming up for the Mariners to try to get something going. Bottom of the 6th in the MLB Network Showcase. The Indians lead it 5-1. D. Gordon's going to bat here. He's 1 for 1 with a single back in the 3rd. That single ended up getting him with a pass ball by Mejia to 2nd, a stolen base to 3rd, and then a wild pitch to Taylor Motter got him home. So without having used the bat, he just used his legs and his brain, and he was able to get from first base all the way around home in just a span of 5 pitches. Kluber's first pitch to D. Gordon is in the strike 1. He's the only speedster today, as we said, with Gerard Dyson getting scratched due to an illness. Taylor Motter having to play for the MVP candidate last season here on opening day. Kluber's 0-1 to D. Gordon. Gordon nails one foul, 0-2. So Gordon, Motter, and then Taylor Anthony. 9, 1, and 2. 0 and 2 to Gordon is going to miss low. This is still the only hit that Kluber has given up. 65 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th. We've already seen one complete game today. That was the former Philly Cole Hamels doing it for Texas. 1-2 is a curveball. Nice block by Mejia, though. 2 and 2 the count. Kluber, also, it's a little tough probably for a pitcher working with a battery mate for the first time, at least in regular season action, as that one's going to be fouled off. Mejia, this is his first ever Major League game. Kluber the windup, the 2-2 to D. Gordon. Gordon nails one down the left field line. That's going to be just foul, says the umpire. Eric Summergill. 2 and 2 now. Gordon nails one right down to first. Encarnacion hustles and beats the speedy D. Gordon for the first out of this last of the 6th inning. Here's Taylor Motter. Definitely you'd expect more production if Gerard Dyson was playing, but Motter is just 0 for 2 today. The former Ray readies himself in the batter's box. The first pitch is going to be off the plate, 1-0 the count. Kluber's been strong today. Ian Kinsler, 3 for 4 in his game with the Angels, by the way. And Jonathan Lucroy hit a grand slam for Oakland. I just saw that on the bottom of the screen. That one's going to be inside, 2-0 the count. We're starting to see Kluber tire a little at 71 pitches. And then again, the Indians have a deep bullpen led by Cody Allen and Andrew Miller. 2-0, Motter is going to drive foul, 2-1 the count. Kluber looks in. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and now it's 2-2 to Motter with Taylor Anthony alerting on deck. Anthony's had a very strong game so far, although he doesn't have a hit. Here comes the 2-2 to Motter. Dribbled to short, getting over is Lindor. Lindor's going to throw and get him, and that's going to be the second out. So Kluber still has just surrendered 1 hit over 5 2/3 action. Taylor Anthony's going to be up next, and although he doesn't have a hit, he has a walk and one really scorched ball that was stopped by Lindor. As here comes Taylor Anthony. Kluber's first pitch to Anthony is going to be up and in, ball 1. There's Anthony. We haven't gotten to see him show off his new hairdo this year, at least not yet, but nevertheless, it's there. 1-0 to Anthony. Takes the sinker down the middle. That's surprised he took that pitch. 1-1 the count. That's the one issue Anthony's had a lot. He takes good pitches, and that ends up the only pitch maybe that's going to be hittable that'll get in the at-bat, especially from some of these ace pitchers. That's why Anthony often struggles against the best in the league. Gerardo Parra just got a single for the Rockies, and 9 innings for Greinke. That one just finished off. So the Diamondbacks get a complete game shutout from Greinke, so make it 2 complete game shutouts today. Hamels and Greinke, a couple veterans. Anthony drives one deep right field, looking back, and that's going to be foul, and now it's 2-2. This would be a huge strikeout for Kluber if he could get Taylor Anthony. Mejia the sign, the 2-2. Anthony just fouls that one off. Kluber getting close to 20 pitches in the inning and nearing 80 on the day. Bottom of the 6th. 5-1 Indians here on the MLB Network Showcase. 2-2, strike 3 called. Anthony's frustrated as Freddie Ferguson says strike 3. Another good inning from Kluber. He's pumped, and the Indians lead it 5-1 as we head to the 7th inning on WUB Network. What a day for Corey Kluber. The Kings crowd has witnessed an astounding pitching performance, but not from the King himself. Just the one single by D. Gordon. And it was that weird single. It was a very freaky hit, so if he didn't have that, as James Pazos warms up in the bullpen, as Nicasio's first pitch to Mejia is low and away, 1-0 the count, and there's Pazos and Phelps both getting ready. Meanwhile, but the one hit that Kluber surrendered, it was a weird play that he he gets screwed out of a shutout, a no-hitter. We'll say in a moment. The 1-0 from Nicasio to Mejia is going to miss low, 2-0. And what happened was that Kluber threw a pitch. It was hit by Gordon. It bounced off his foot, and then it rolled. It just kept trickling away from Mejia, and he couldn't get back there. So that one's going to be fouled back hard by Mejia, 2-1 the count. And Gordon get on. Then a pass ball by Mejia got him to second. Stolen base, as that one's in there, strike 2. Stolen base got him to third, and then a wild pitch on a 2-2 count to Mater got him home. So that's the only way they've got a hit and a run today, as that one from Nicasio is going to be up there, 3-2. Just like the Mariners, the Indians also have 9-1-2 in the order, but they all have one more plate appearance today, as it's Mejia, Lindor, and then back to Michael Brantley. Middle of the Indian order has really raked today. That one's going to miss. Ball 4. Now Mejia realizes, stupidly, he started like sprinting, but then he realized, wait a second, it's a walk. So that's going to be the first base runner here, top of the 7th inning. So Brantley here is, Lindor is batting here. First pitch to Francisco Lindor. It's going to be fouled off. So a good day for Mejia in his first ever MLB game. He's got a single and now has drawn a walk. 0-1 from Nicasio. Line foul hard by Lindor. Sometimes so hard Lindor swings he completely loses his balance. 0-2 to Lindor. Swing and a miss, he got him. Down goes Francisco Lindor, swinging at the curveball out of the zone, and that's going to be the first out of the top of the 7th inning. Nice pitch there from Juan Nicasio to get Lindor swinging. And now here's Michael Brantley, who's had a very strong afternoon. First pitch to Brantley is going to be low and in, 1-0 the count. In his career against Juan Nicasio, he has hit .500. So Francisco Mejia at first base with 1 out, top of the 7th. Indians leading at 5-1 after getting to Felix Hernandez. Still just 1 hit allowed by Corey Kluber today. As that one's going to be in there, strike 1, 1-1 the count. Brantley reached on a fielder's choice. He's also driven in a run today. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider, low and in. 1-2 the count. As lurking on deck in the 3-hole, it's Jose Ramirez. Shaking him off is Nicasio. Now he agrees with Zunino. 1-2 the pitch. That one almost hit Brantley. Got a little inside. 2-2 the count. That's the hit Brantley got a fracture in last season, so you don't really want to have that happen. 2-2 is just going to miss. Full count now. 3-2 coming to Brantley. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and he's going to continue to fight on. Good battle here between Nicasio and Brantley with Mejia at first. 1 away, 3-2. Brantley dribbles one weakly, and that's going to be foul. And another opportunity. This is going to be pitch number 8 coming. As it is official, Arizona has beaten the Rockies 8-0 with a complete game shutout from Zach Greinke. 3-2. Brantley grounds one to first. Oh, and it's going to be muffed by Healy, and they're not going to be able to get either of the runners. Healy had an easy 3-6-1 double play coming, but an error as the ball gets trickled through his hands. And now first and second, 2 on for Jose Ramirez, as Pazos and Phelps continue to warm for the Mariners. First pitch. In there, strike 1, 0-1 the count. Checking on the runner at second. 0-1 from Nicasio, who's now got 29 pitches in relief. That one's going to be through the hole, a base hit to left. Coming home and scoring is going to be Mejia, stopping at third. And how about getting around to second base right there was Ramirez. Ramirez gets to second base on what is a slow trickling hit to left field, and now just like that, Edwin Encarnacion is going to have a chance to absolutely blow open this game with 2 in scoring position and 1 out, trying to beat the team that was the best in the American League in the regular season last year, who were at one point had a record of 23-2 last year. One of the best, the best start in Major League history. And not that different, but Gerard Dyson was hurt today and definitely hurt this Mariners offense. And it was right before the game, so they didn't have enough time to change the lineup, so Taylor Motter had to bat first. Definitely they would have batted D. Gordon first if they knew that ahead of time. It's going to be 1-1 now. I'm shocked, honestly. If it were me, I would intentionally walk Encarnacion with how good he's been today and just try to pitch to Chisenhall and bring the infield in. But Chisenhall's also hit a home run today, so maybe that wouldn't be the best decision. 2-1 now as the fastball misses up and away. Nicasio now at 32 pitches in an inning and a third of relief. 2-1. Encarnacion fooled on the changeup. Nice pitch there, and it's 2-2. So it's Carrasco versus Paxton in Game 2 of this series, and then it wraps up with Game 3 with Trevor Bauer matching himself up with, Mike Lee, because that one's going to be lined into left. A base hit. Crazy throw by Ichiro to the plate, but he can't get the tag down. Oh, man, what a throw by Ichiro, but it's a 2-run single for Encarnacion, who's now driven in 4 today. He's got 2 singles and a homer. And actually, it's Naquin batting now, not Chisenhall. And meanwhile, the Indians have blown this one open. It's 8-1 against Seattle. First pitch from the stretch to Naquin is going to be a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Now, I don't know why Scott Service hasn't pulled Nicasio yet, because this has pretty much eliminated all hope from the Mariners, and they'll be starting 0-1. Mariners last year started the season out 11-0. And they'll lose their first game this year. It's the swing and a miss on a fastball 0-2. No other games in action right now. Dodgers and Giants will start soon, and we'll have the highlights out for you. And that will be the end of opening day of the baseball season. 0-2. That's going to be high and away, 1-2 the count. There's going to be no baseball on the channel at all tomorrow. Possibly some on Thursday. Then definitely we'll have our first ever Saturday afternoon broadcast coming soon. 1-2 to Naquin with still just 1 out in the 7th. Check swing, and he went around. So, a lucky break there for Nicasio to get the second out of what has been a mess of an inning. So we watched slow motion here. Yeah, that was a little too far. He did kind of break the plane, I'd say. So 2 outs, and now Kipnis is going to have his chance at the plate. First pitch to Kipnis. Swing's going to be driven down to second base. Easy play from Motter. Throws to first and got him, and that ends the inning. But the Indians scratch across 3 more in the inning, including a 2-run single from Edwin Encarnacion, who had a huge day. Stretch time in Seattle. We see some Ken Griffey Jr. jerseys sported. They'd wish they had him now, as they trail 8-1, looking to get something going against Corey Kluber. Here's Robbie Cano. So Taylor Anthony, D. Gordon, they'll all still get 1 more chance at the plate. And so do Cano and Cruz right here. 80 pitches through 6 innings for Kluber, and just the 1 fluky hit. First pitch to Cano is going to be low and away, ball 1. Furthest anyone's gone with a no-no so far today. 1-0. Somebody fouled back, 1-1. 2 pitchers went the same distance. Dallas Griffin of the Angels and Cole Hamels of the Rangers both went 4 1/3 of no-hit baseball today. 1-1 is going to be in there. Strike 2, and now it's 1-2. 2 5-hit shutouts around the league today from 2 veteran pitchers. Zach Greinke shut down the Rockies, and Cole Hamels shut down the cross-state foe Astros. As a grounder to third, Ramirez throws and gets Cano, and that's going to be the first out. 84 pitches for Kluber. Would they try to get him for a complete game? Here's Nelly Cruz, the designated hitter. First pitch. Gonna miss low, 1-0 the count. Manny Machado had a good day for the defending World Series champs. He went 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. Corey Kluber with the windup. The 1-0 pitch to Nelson Cruz is going to bounce to the plate. 2-0 the count. Corey Kluber has only struck out, I believe, 4 Mariners, but no matter what, he has been dominant, getting a lot of ground balls, fly balls, but he's not a strikeout pitcher. Sometimes he'll just be so dominant that he'll be striking everybody out, as that's a fastball in there 2-1. But usually he pitches to the ground and to the air. The wind-up, the sign from Mejia, the 2-1, and Cruz is going to rake one to center, but there's going to be lots of room for Rajay Davis to make the running catch, and that's going to be the second out here of the last of the 7th. And now's Kyle Seager, the Mariners veteran, now getting a whole big team built around him over the last couple years, is going to bat. First pitch, it's going to be low and inside, ball 1. Honestly, there are only 3 players on this Mariners team that actually look like the team from a couple years ago, and that's Iwakuma, King Felix, and Kyle Seager. Everyone else has pretty much been brought in or come up. It's very different than a couple years ago. Seager lines one down to short. Lindor throws on the run and got him. 7 innings, 1 hit ball from Corey Kluber. 90 pitches, a 1-hitter from Kluber. We head to the 8th. Indians blowing out the Mariners here on opening day. So Corey Kluber, that one fluky hit that you can go back and look at. It was in the 3rd inning that D. Gordon was able to get that 1-out weird knock off of Kluber. That one fluky play, and if it weren't for that, it would be a no-hitter right now. That was an awful-looking pitch. 1-0 the count. Nicasio remains in the game. Now Dan Altavilla gets up. He and David Phelps continue to warm. So Nicasio, shockingly, I guess the Mariners just don't want to blow out the pen today, as they know there's no hope. And hopefully Gerard Dyson can play again. As a fly ball to left, and Ichiro's got it for the first out. Ichiro not going to play every day, but he's going to get some time nevertheless. So 8-1, the Indians scored 3 runs in that last inning. Still have scored in 5 different innings today, really spreading the love around the different innings. As Lonnie Chisenhall bats here in the top of the 8th. Chisenhall homered back in the 4th inning off Felix Hernandez. First pitch, whoa, that slipped out of Nicasio's hand. And Chisenhall barks back to Juan, 1-0 the count. Remember, only one other game tonight. We'll have highlights of it up soon. The Dodgers and the Giants. Mad Bum against Kershaw. 1-0 to Chisenhall is going to be up and in, 2-0 the count. Nicasio, the windup, the 2-0 delivery. This one is going to be a broken bat. Nice play by Nicasio. Throws to first and got him. Oh, what a play. He gloved it and fired it to Healy. And able to get him by about half a step. And that's the second out. My goodness. What a play right there. Chisenhall, the weird little broken bat floater. And that's going to be the second out. So Nicasio is now going to face Francisco Mejia, who's had a nice MLB debut. A single and a walk. First pitch up and away. 1-0 the count. 1 for 2, a single in the second, so he's hitting a very stealthy 500 right now. As we said, he'll get a lot of the catching duties except for when facing a lefty pitcher, because then Yan Gomes will play, and Yan Gomes is Carrasco's battery mate no matter what. Swing and a miss there from Mejia, 1-1 the count. No one on, 2 out. Mariners trying to have at least some sort of uneventful inning on the pitching side. Zunino now gets a ball fouled off his hand, I think, or the bat whacked him. It's the second time Zunino's winced in pain today. He took a hard foul ball right off the shin pad earlier in the game. That one trying to pull it into the zone, but it's not going to be there. 2-2 the count. Nicasio nearing 50 pitches out of the pen. Hernandez threw 90 himself, so almost 140 pitches today already for Seattle. 2-2. This one grounded down to second. No Dyson, that's Taylor Motter, who throws to first and got him. And that's going to retire the side, so at least a 1-2-3 inning from Nicasio. And now the Mariners look to try to get Kluber out of this game. They'll send Ichiro, Mike Zunino, and Ryan Healy, 6, 7, 8 in the order, to the plate. I'll be back in a moment. For a couple moments, let's send it over to Matt Vasgersian.
had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0. The 1-0
is a curveball in the dirt.
All right, I'm back. 2-0 now. The count to Ichiro. He's going to drill to right. That's a base hit for Ichiro. Welcome back to Seattle. Leadoff single, only the second hit of the day. So Kluber does have a legitimate no longer no-hitter. That one play was weird. This is actually a pretty obvious hit. Ichiro, 44 years old. Not going to play that often. Still going to share some time with both Ben Gamel, Taylor Motter, Mitch Haniger, all playing some outfield this year. Even Nelson Cruz in some spots. So here is Mike Zunino. Kluber pitching from the stretch for the first time in a few innings. Pitch is going to be high. 1-0 the count. 94 pitches for Kluber. He's 6 outs away from a complete game, which will be the third of opening day. Hi, Jared. How you doing today? This one is going to be driven deep right. That's going to be fair ball into the corner. Rounding third is Ichiro. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw home is short. It's an RBI double from Mike Zunino, and the Mariners breaking it up from Kluber. Back-to-back hits. This one an RBI double from Mike Zunino, and it's 8-2. That was close. That was barely fair, and a lot of issues in right field getting the ball. I'm doing good today as Nick Goody warms up in the bullpen. You know who else was doing good today? Corey Kluber had given up just one hit through the first 7 innings, but a single to each row and an RBI double to the corner for Zunino. And now it's 8-2. Indians got to Felix Hernandez today. The big news is that Jarrod Dyson, who had an amazing year last year, scratched from the lineup today for the Mariners, who won 108 games in the 2017 season sim, as Nick Goody and former Indian starter years ago, Zach McAllister, before they got good, in the bullpen warming up. Kluber, nevertheless, has been dominant today, and this is a great way to start his campaign for the season. 1-1 to Healy is going to just miss a little low. 2-1 the count. Healy is batting here. D. Gordon on deck, and then Motter back to the top of the order with him, because Jarrod Dyson was supposed to be there and was a late scratch. 2-1 is going to be a cutter low. 3-1 the count. Now D. Gordon is going to be on deck. 100th pitch coming up from Kluber. Mejia with the sign. He checks the runner. 3-1. I don't think Zunino's going to be going. That's a nice sinker in there. 3-2 the count. Kluber has only got 4 strikeouts today, but gotten a lot of ground outs and flyouts. 3-2 to Healy. Upstairs, ball 4. And the Mariners are not dead yet. They've still got a chance. As there it is, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 earned, 3 walks in 7 innings. Still a very dominant performance, but now back-to-back-to-back base runners here in this 8th inning. Francona is not coming out just yet to take him out, so D. Gordon is going to bat. D. Gordon, until this inning, had the only hit for the Mariners, a fluky base hit. And he was able to come around to score on a pass ball, a stolen base, and then a wild pitch. First pitch to Gordon is a nice sinker on the inner part of the zone, 0-1 the count. We've already seen 2 complete games on opening day. Zach Greinke did it for the Diamondbacks. Cole Hamels did it for the Rangers. Corey Kluber, though, starting to really tire here at 102 pitches, and still nobody out here in this 8th inning, as the first 3 men have all reached a single, an RBI double, and a walk. 0-1 to Gordon. Nice 4-seamer in there. And it's 0-2. Nice pitch there at 92 miles an hour. I am going to adjust because I have to start to charge my phone. So we'll keep you posted. 0-2. This one's going to be grounded down to short. Lindor for 1 down to second. And they're only going to get that one. So now runners on the corners with 1 out here in the 8th inning. So batting here is Taylor Motter. I know it might be a little weirder to see, but I have to start to charge my phone at this point in the game. First pitch is going to be a strike to Motter, getting the start for Gerard Dyson, who got scratched with an illness. 0-1 now to Taylor Motter, who's 0 for 3 today. Kluber remains in the game, runners in the corners, 1 out. It's 8-2 Indians. 0-1, fooled on the nice breaking curve there from Kluber. Even though in triple digits, he's still got some nice pitches working for him today. 0-2 the count now to Taylor Motter. Here comes the 0-2 offering. That one's going to be low and off the plate. 1-2 the count. 1-2 to Motter with the runners in the corners. Mejia the sign, the pitch. Dribbled, just fouled, just barely making contact there was Motter. And it's 1-2. Kluber's 1-2 pitch. This is going to be driven first base side, foul, and collected by the ball boy. So 1-2, pitch number 110 coming from Kluber with Goody and McAllister warming. 1-2. Driven, left field, base hit, that's going to fall. 1 run is home, going to third and getting there safely is D. Gordon. And he's coming to the plate. Throw home is going to be out. D. Gordon trying to score from first is going to be thrown out at home. Motter stayed put at first, but a run does score, so it's 8-3. Kluber remains in the game. Taylor Anthony trying to get his first hit of the season. The best player on this Mariners team missed the playoffs last year, one of the reasons why they ended up getting steamrolled by the Orioles. First pitch is in there, strike 1 on a curveball, 0-1 the count. Anthony back healthy, and has looked good today, a couple hard hit balls and a walk. 0-1 on the way to Anthony. That one's going to be off the plate, 1-1 the count. You know, one swing of the bat here, and he can make it so that Andrew Miller has to come into the game. So, you never know. I think Kluber's just staying in a little too long right here. 112 pitches. They're really working him for this first start of the season. 1-1 to Anthony. Outside, ball 2. You know, they talk about pitch counts all the time, and you know, especially in a game like this is the first game pitching outing of the regular season for Kluber. So here comes the 2-1 to Taylor Anthony. This one's going to be dribbled foul, and now the count is even 2-2. Bottom of the 8th. 114 pitches for Corey Kluber, who's been very strong today against the best team in the league last year. 2-2. This one is going to be a swing and a miss. Wait, no, that was a foul ball. Never mind, stupid. Anthony made some contact. 2-2 the count. Kluber sets again. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Taylor Anthony with a good eye as Robbie Cano stands on deck. Kluber getting dead tired. 116 pitches now. Thrown over 50 in the last couple innings. It sure is going to hurt tomorrow. 3-2, trying to throw one in the dirt, and Anthony actually fights it off. Good battle going here. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Anthony fouls that one back. And we're going to go to pitch number 8 here between Corey Kluber and Taylor Anthony. Moderate first, 2 runs home in the inning. Mariners still trail by 5. 3-2, the ace steals. Outside, ball 4, Taylor Anthony walks. And Robbie Cano's going to come up. 119 pitches, and I think this is really time for Francona to come out and yank Corey Kluber. And here he comes, 7 2/3. Corey Kluber only surrenders, I believe, 3 hits. What a day, though, for Kluber. 3 hits, 3 earned runs at this point. Strikes out 5. Great day for him. 119 pitches, though, for the ace of the Cleveland Indians, Corey Kluber, shutting down the best offense in the league. And here comes Nick Goody, the former Yankee prospect, who pitched pretty well out of the bullpen for this team last year. Not only in real life, but also in the 2017 season sim we did last season. He was one of the guys out of the bullpen. Here's the first pitch to Cano. That one's going to be up and away, 1-0 the count. Mariners still have a chance, obviously, and if they could get 2 runs home, this could force Andrew Miller to have to come in the 9th inning. 1-0 to Cano. Dribbled up the middle, tough play for Lindor, throws to first, got him! Oh, what a play by Francisco Lindor to retire the side and end the Mariner rally. So, a couple runs come home for the Mariners on 3 hits, and they'll strand a pair. Indians still lead by 5 as we head to the 9th. Top of the order due up for Cleveland. There's the nightlife on a rainy night. There's the clouds soaring by in the busy city of Seattle. James Pazos is going to come in. He did not pitch last season in the 2017 season sim, so this is his major league debut. We'll see what he can do facing Francisco Lindor first here. Lindor is a switch hitter. He'll bat from the right side. Dan Aldavilla still warms up in the bullpen. Top of the 9th, first pitch is going to be low and in, 1-0 the count on the sinker. A busy day in baseball. The Yankees ended up losing to the Blue Jays, shockingly, in Giancarlo Stanton's debut. The Nats lost in a crazy game to Cincinnati. And those are the 2 main stories. 1-0 to Lindor. It's going to be in there, strike 1. Cool, I'll be sure to check that out. 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be fouled back. 1-2 the count. Not a good day for Mariner pitching. 5 runs allowed by the ace Felix Hernandez, who won the Cy Young last season in the 2017 season sim. But he got knocked around, as did Juan Nicasio. 1-2 is going to drill Lindor hard. And he is not happy. Oh, man, and Lindor gets drilled hard right in the back. Good sign that Lindor got up, but that might just be adrenaline from anger. He'll be sore tomorrow for sure, as will Corey Kluber. As now Michael Brantley, who's had a very good day, and this could give Encarnacion one more chance to add to his rampant statistic total today, where he's got 2 singles, a solo home run, and a total of 4 RBI. A single, an RBI, and a couple of runs scored here for Michael Brantley. He also stole a base back in the 1st inning. 0-1, stealing here is Lindor. Zunino, a nice throw, but safe is the speedy Frankie Lindor, and a runner in scoring position now for the Indians. He got a big jump. Even on a lefty, it's harder because the lefty, for a man at first base, you're staring right at him to get that big of a jump, but still able to get there. Pazos is going to keep a close eye on him now, as the pitch to Brantley is going to be in there. A nice pitch, a slider, 0-1 the count. Pardon me, strike 3 called. And that's the first out of the inning. Now, Jose Ramirez will bat. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI, a single, and a couple of runs scored. Same stat line as Michael Brantley, minus the stolen base. Pazos checks on second. First pitch to Jose Ramirez is going to be outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. Checks back the runner, the 1-0 delivery. This is driven, deep left field, say goodbye to that ball. Jose Ramirez blasts it to break open the game for sure. A 2-run home run coming back, and that makes up for those 2 runs that Kluber surrendered last inning. 3rd home run of the day for the Indians. Jose Ramirez sends one to left. This one was a no-doubter, while the first 2 were barely home runs, and it's 10-3 Cleveland. How about that shot from Jose Ramirez? He's now driven in, how many is that? That's 3 now for him. As what a shot down the left field line, and into the upper deck too. What a shot. And now Encarnacion, who's got a home run of his own today, and he's driven in 4. Pazos not doing too well in his debut. And Encarnacion rips one to left, but Ichiro's going to get over and make the catch, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. We expected Seattle to be strong. This is not what we expected in their home opener. We were expecting a highly contested game, but fortunately we did have one last night with the Mets and the Cardinals, so it's not like you're getting completely ripped. And we'll have highlights of the Dodgers-Giants game tonight, the final game of opening day. So 2 outs, top of the 9th. First pitch to Tyler Naquin, ripped into the left. That's a base hit on the first pitch swinging. And Ichiro's going to throw over to second base, but Naquin was nowhere close to heading over there. That was a weird-looking, like, breaking ball slurve from Pazos, and he's getting knocked around here in this inning, and a lot of hard-hit balls. First pitch to the second baseman, Kipnis, and that's going to be a strike 0-1. Like we said earlier in the game, we did not expect Kipnis back with the Indians, with a lot of people thinking he'd sign elsewhere, but he is still here. 0-1 to Kipnis. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on the sinker. And the Mariners pitching is 1 strike away from finally being done with all this. Oh and 2. That one's going to miss inside. 1-2 the count. So Pazos, in his first game with the Mariners, has already served up a 2-run home run. Hopes that'll be it. Third pitcher of the day for the Mariners. All of them have gotten hit hard following King Felix and Nicasio. 1-2. It's going to be a slider in the dirt. 2-2 the count. 15 pitches so far for him. The Mariners have thrown over 160 today collectively as a team. And now that's going to be a high and away. Full count now with Rajay Davis lurking on deck. 3-2. This one is going to be driven shallow right. Taylor Anthony's going to have a beat on it. Make the catch, and that ends the inning. But the Indians get a home run from Jose Ramirez, and this was a shot. Upper deck homer. Mariners need 7 in the bottom of the 9th. They'll just try to make it a closer game here. Indians lead it 10-3 here in the MLB Network Showcase on WUB Network. Nelson Cruz is going to stand in. It's going to be Cruz, Seager, and Ichiro, 4, 5, and 6, who will try to get something going here as Nick Goody, I believe, will remain in the game. Goody only threw a few pitches after replacing Kluber, who threw 119 in the game and went 7 2/3. Dan Otero is warming up in the bullpen. Goody's only thrown 2, though. First pitch to Nelson Cruz is going to be up, 1-0 the count. So Dan Otero is warming up for the first time, taking some soft tosses. Zach McAllister's been like fully warming up for a while now. One note to Nelson Cruz. This one is driven right center, running over, making the play look easy is Lonnie Chisenhall. That's the first out of this bottom of the 9th inning. Kluber, 7 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and all of those hits and earned runs came in that 7th inning aside from 1 of each. So, I mean, he was dominant for the 7 innings. Might not show it on the stat sheet, but he was dominant today. As here's Kyle Seager looking to try to get some hope going here for Seattle. First pitch swinging. This is going to be popped out. Whoa, almost a collision, and that's going to fall in between. How about that? It's going to fall in between the left fielder and shortstop, so Lindor went out, and he couldn't get it, and neither could the left fielder Naquin. So, runner on, there's the interesting batting stance of Ichiro. He started the run in the 8th inning against Kluber, nailing a single to right field. First pitch to Ichiro. He's going to try to do the same thing, and he does. He gets it into right for a base hit. Stopping at second safely is Seager, and now the Mariners have life with 2 on and 1 out. Ichiro, nice swing. Nice fluid swing. Here's Mike Zunino now. 1 for 3 so far for Mike Zunino. First pitch to Mike is in there, strike 1. So Ichiro at first, still a lot of speed. Seager, even though he's like 15 years younger, not that much speed. 0-1. Outside, ball 1 here from Goody, as both McAllister and Otero continue to warm in the bullpen. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging there. 1-2 the count. Got him to chase that slider in the dirt. Now it's 1-2. Checks on the runner. The 1-2 from Goody. Swing and a miss. Zunino swinging out of his shoes. Down he goes. And now just 1 out away are the Indians from shocking the best team in the AL West last season. But then again, the best team in the American League last season. But then again, Gerard Dyson scratched from the lineup today. And he had 80 steals and hit .312 last year. So missing that in the lineup certainly hurts. But Corey Kluber was on his horse today, and last year's Cy Young, King Felix, really got knocked around. Look at this swing by Healy, really choking up. 0-1 the count now. Still Seager at second, Suzuki at first. Mariners trailing 10-3. 0-1 from Goody. This one is chopped foul down the right side, 0-2 the count. There's Francisco Mejia behind the plate, his first ever Major League game. He has a hit, a walk, and has done pretty well aside from that one passed ball that allowed D. Gordon to move up. 0-2 pitch. This one is driven. Right field, that's going to be foul. Looking in for the sign from Mejia. Goody looks back. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Mejia throw to first, and the ball game is over. The Cleveland Indians go to Safeco Field, and thanks to Corey Kluber, pull off a dominating victory over the Mariners, 10-3. What a game from Kluber. What a game from Edwin Encarnacion. He, Ramirez, and Chisenhall all homer as the Indians will start the season 1-0. The Mariners, after starting the season 11-0 last season, start off 0-1 this year. As tomorrow's game, which will not be broadcasted on here, but just so you know, Carlos Carrasco will take the ball for the Indians, and he'll face James Paxton. So, we'll see you next time here on WUB Network, America's Sports Leader. We hope you enjoyed this one. 10-3 the final here in the MLB Network Showcase. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We'll see you next time.